Grandy on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me to make my dreams.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Phil Grandy has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free. If anything, during that 10-day period, you're going to learn how the market really works. You're going to find information that you never had before. You're going to walk away and go, I didn't know that. So join my gang for 10 days free, philsgang.com. And you're also going to learn how to make money when the market goes down. It's kind of silly just sitting there when the market going down, hoping. Why hope when you can sell short and make money? Either way, you make money when the market goes up, you make money when the market goes down. That's the benefit of Phil's Gang. You make money.
Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level.
philsgang.com. Sign up free for 10 days. What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%. Lumber's up 67%. Heating oil, what, 60%? Gasoline, 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang. But we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Want good investing advice from someone you can trust? Listen to Phil Grandy.
With what's going on today in the economy, especially the stock market, it gets really complicated, but it doesn't have to be. My job is to make it simple, to get through the fog. And I think I do that, and I think I do a pretty good job of that, especially why you should be buying a stock, or why you should be in the market, or not in the market, or shorting.
Invest wisely with the knowledge of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, boydinvestigativegroup.com.
License number A1900020.
When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grandy has some sound reasons you should join Phil's Gang.
When I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
It's not that I think these numbers are strong. It's not that I think these numbers are strong. It's that they are strong. So 13 million jobs, that's a record since the president got here. Unemployment below 4% for a year and a half, that's a record. Record numbers of job vacancies, record numbers of small business openings, real wages growing over the past year. So all of these are on the books.
Real wages growing? Where does he see that? You got to be kidding. Wages are in their 25th consecutive month of declines. And by the way, CEOs are making 300 times their employer. This is insane. What's he talking about? This guy Bernstein, he does this all the time. It's unbelievable. And the 13 million jobs, I get so sick of hearing about these 13 million jobs. It's a bold-faced lie. The majority of those jobs are people who, during COVID, left their job. They had to. They were forced to go home. And the Biden did, when they came back to their job, he counted it as a brand new job created. That's just nonsense. I always talk about how they get these job numbers ridiculous to begin with. They talk about the number of jobs instead of the number of people that are working. It's just insane. But we are finishing right now. This is the end of June. It's the last week, and it's the wrap up of the second quarter. And the U.S. economy and the banking system is a mess. Under Biden and Powell, their monetary policy, the banks, the economy has fallen into a severe economic downtrend, which they keep masking because they don't want you to think it is. Instead, they want you to think everything is just terrific. Everything's going to be just fine.
When you get to the mid-year and you're up over 10%, 9 out of 10 times you're going to finish the year even stronger. Maybe add another 12%.
All told, this is the strongest, fastest economic growth anywhere in the world.
Just unbelievable. So let's take a look at some of the facts. So as we close the quarter, the U.S. economy, as I say, the banking system is a mess. And what they've been doing is intervening and trying to prop up the banking system, pouring more and more money. And that's one reason why the stock market crash has been delayed, because of the intervention, but they mask it so you don't see it as QE. It's the banking intervention coming in and saving these banks that you never hear anything about. It's just more QE. It's a masking of QE. And by the way, QE, most people don't understand how that works, or even what QE is. But remember, QE started out in Japan, and the idea was Japan had a banking crisis, just like we have one now. And they were going into an economic depression, just like we're going into which we're going to have. And the idea was that if they could print all this money and take that money and put it to productive means, for business investment, especially new startup business, small business, that would be a good idea. This is how QE started. This is how they could save the country. So they would print all this money for productive purposes, not helicopter purposes, productive purposes. Business investment. So we'd be creating new goods, new services. Productivity would increase. Nothing like business investment. That's what you need, is good business investment. But see, that's not what Japan did. They did exactly what Obama and Biden did. They called it helicopter money, which is the worst thing you can do. And if you remember, when QE started, it wasn't for the idea to take that money and give it to CEOs. So they take it and they would plow it back into their business for new equipment, new machinery, so they could increase productivity. If you increase productivity, you could almost do anything, because you're increasing productivity, you're increasing wages, you're increasing standard of your living. But they didn't do that. They took the money and said, no, let's not do that. And Japan did the same thing. That's why Japan failed. They took the money and put it into non-productive assets. And then Biden and Obama did the same thing. Remember, he wanted to grow his social network, welfare state. Remember, that's when he became president. Do you remember Obama? Everybody was going to get a free phone. Everybody's going to get free this and free that. And everybody voted for him, right? Then he came into office, and when he started QE, all that money went to social programs, and that's why we have the trouble we have today. Just like Japan. Japan still is paying for their QE. So under Obama, all the new credit and easy money was used for unproductive purposes. And one of that unproductive purpose was to give the money to the CEOs to go in and purchase their own shares, to reduce the amount of shares they have, so they could spike their stock price up. Now, you only can do that with speculative stocks, I explained 100 times before. So they took that money. It was not productive. They did all these social programs to expand social welfare, expand the welfare state, and then they took the rest of the money, gave it to the CEOs free, and they could do stock buybacks, and that way their stock would go through the roof, and the CEOs and the biggest shareholders make a fortune while they screwed the workers. Workers got nothing out of it. The corporation that the CEO was the head of got nothing out of it, and it was a bad deal for everybody, and that creates tremendous inflation. The same thing happened with Japan. So that's what QE is all about. if you used it right for productive purposes, then it would work. But Japan didn't do it, and we didn't do it either. So here we are. The banks, the other thing too, what QE does, destroys your banks. It destroys your banks. Okay? Because again, the money is not being used to go out and create loans. Remember where money comes from. Yes, we have money supply, we print money, but the bigger money supplies come from the banks. The more loans you give out, the more money you're creating. The money supply increases. That's where the real money supply comes from, is the loans from the banks, okay? That's far bigger than the money they give the banks. So when they print money and give it to the bank, that's great. But now you got to take all that money, get it out the door, and create loans. A lot of banks don't do that. A lot of banks will go and they'll buy assets, stuff like that. So now our economy and the U.S. banking system is in a mess. And we are now in a severe economic downturn. And as a result, we have more inflation. And you can't fight inflation a quarter at a time. And so what they have been doing is doing this intervention to save these banks is the same thing as QE, but they don't mention it. But it is. It's QE. It's just QE. And so at this point now we have our savings. Think of where we are. Our unemployment is at a 4-month high. 3 out of 5 workers are working part-time jobs, and they have no benefits. Our standard of living has dropped. We haven't seen a standard of living this low since 1929. And we have because wages are so bad, people are pulling their money out of savings, home equity, out of 401ks. And that's why we have a big problem with savings right now. I mean, it's just amazing when you think about it. I mean, this all could have been avoided.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Phil Grandy has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free. If anything, during that 10-day period, you're going to learn how the market really works. You're going to find information that you never had before. You're going to walk away and go, I didn't know that. So join my gang for 10 days free, philsgang.com. And you're also going to learn how to make money when the market goes down. It's kind of silly just sitting there when the market going down, hoping. Why hope when you can sell short and make money? Either way, you make money when the market goes up, you make money when the market goes down. That's the benefit of Phil's Gang. You make money.
Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level.
philsgang.com. Sign up free for 10 days.
When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grandy has some sound reasons you should join Phil's Gang.
You know, when I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com. There's a lot of noise out there in the financial world. Bank failures, interest rates, bonds versus stocks. It's a lot. That's why it's important to find a voice of reason that can guide you through these volatile times. Phil Grandy and philsgang.com is where you can find honest, helpful guidance to successful investing.
Get the knowledge and understand how the market really works.
And for a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners or shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. So, as I said, we're closing the month, and we've gone nowhere. You know, everybody keeps talking about this great rally. What rally? When we had what they called that COVID crash back in February of 2020, as I said, it was not the COVID. It had nothing to do with that crash. They went from 0 interest to 2.5% interest. That caused that 32% crash. Then immediately they dropped interest rates from 2.5 back to 0 on March of 2020. And that's when we had that 114% rally. Then they raised rates to 2.5% and then it crashed again, down 24%. Now we're at 5.25 and the market's up 21%. We talked about this last week. But guess what? We haven't gone anywhere in 2 years. We're right where we were 2 years ago. I told you about this before. I don't understand what they're getting all excited about. People have no idea what's going to happen. The market will pull back. It's going to pull back 5 to 7%. I told my members, if they didn't get into Meta, Apple, Microsoft, NVIDIA, if you didn't get into those with us in January, February, March, the only way, don't you jump into them today. You got to be crazy. Let them pull back about 5 to 7%. Then when they rally, go ahead and get in. And then what's going to happen, they're going to rally for a little bit, stop, turn around, and the whole market's going to crash. But let's just think about where we are. All of this QE that we've had for 13 years is not working. It wasn't supposed to create an economy. It wasn't. When you do QE, the idea behind it is not to grow the economy for everybody, to make things good for everybody. When you do QE, the idea behind it is to make the wealthy wealthier. Because when you do QE, it's nothing but inflation. That's what it produces, is inflation. So we're right where we are now, today, where we were 2 years ago. So how is that something good? And now we're closing the quarter. We're closing June, right? And we have a banking system that's collapsing. They're masking that. The only way the market's being held up, and here's the thing, this is the proof. At 5.25% interest, we have a 23% rally. At 5.25%, when every time it goes up just a little bit above 1%, the market crashes. And we got evidence at 2.5%, we had two major crashes. So why are we so lucky to think it's going to keep going at 5.25%? It's not. It's not. And so here we are, our unemployment at a 4-month high. 3 out of 5 workers are part-time jobs. Wages are in their 25th consecutive month of declines. Now that's linked to our drop in our standard of living. Our standard of living is right back to where we were in 1929. That's a direct link to why they withdraw. The people have been taking money out of their savings, their home equity, and their 401k. That's a direct link to what's going on in savings, hitting a 15-year low. See, nobody wants to tell you this. We haven't seen, remember, since 1959, we've had an average savings of 8%. We're at 2.7%, and all you hear today is how strong the consumer is. He's strong. Here, listen to this. He's always strong.
The path of least resistance for markets is higher. That has to do, the primary, kind of reason for that is just the underlying strength of the U.S. consumer. I mean, how is the U.S. consumer strong? When you have unemployment at a 4-month high, 3 of the 5 workers are working, mostly are part-time jobs. Wages are in their 25th consecutive month of declines. Link that to our standard of living drop, where we were in 1920. What the hell is he talking about? And that's a direct link to our record withdrawals from savings, home equity, and 401ks. And I mean, think about it. Savings, a 15-year low. That's insane. Now, savings with this kind of low is linked directly to our existing home sales, new home construction, retail sales, all down. Manufacturing, 14-year low. Industrial production, 72-year low. Freight activity, 22-year low. What are they, nuts? What is it that they don't get, these people that sit there and lie every day to you? That's linked to it. Let's talk about our existing year-over-year home sales. Fell 21%. So what's this guy talking about, how strong the consumer is? Home sales dropped by 21%. Construction spending year-over-year, 19-month decline. Permits and starts year-over-year declined for its 4th consecutive quarter. What is he talking about? What is this guy talking about? The path of least resistance for markets is higher. That has to do, the primary, kind of reason for that is just the underlying strength of the U.S. consumer.
Just more lies. Earnings. Just think about it. So if you go back and look at our existing year-over-year home sales, they're down 21%. Construction spending's down, it's in a 19-month decline. Permits and starts, year-over-year decline of its 4th year consecutive quarters, down. Now, that is linked to our bad earnings. 4th quarter, biggest drop in 2 years. Earnings in our 1st quarter, 2023, lowest since 2021. Our economic growth is horrible. The 4th quarter was 2.6%. The 1st quarter, the year in right now, is down 1.3%. We're not growing. We have record withdrawals from savings. We talked about that. And we have a record household debt. We never had household debt at $17 trillion. That includes mortgage debt, $12 trillion, auto debt, $1.4 trillion, credit card debt, $1 trillion, student loan debt. Give me a break. That's all linked to our weak economic growth. Was 5.4% when Trump handed it over to Biden. Now it's 1.3. Are you kidding? And our wages are so weak.
our wages. What they talk about? We got good jobs. Inflation is higher than our wages. This is insane. This is insane. Wages, our economy, our earnings, our dollar, our productivity, our manufacturing, all contracting. All contracting. Diesel fuel dropped 50% in the past 12 months. That's because there's no trucking. People aren't shipping goods anywhere. Truck tonnage, lowest since 2021. What are they talking about? See, they don't want to tell you the truth. And what they're doing right now, they're holding the banks up. And they can't do that with 5.2% interest. So I'm going to tell you what you got to do so you can make money when I get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grandy has some sound reasons you should join Phil's Gang.
You know, when I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com.
I believe that every single human being with a laptop computer and an internet connection should be required to give trading at least a shot.
Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life.
I believe that every educated individual on planet Earth.
I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents.
Should do this. It's not for every single human being on Earth. I know this, but it's one of those things that you should try, because if you happen to get it right, if you happen to be one of the ones that this is for.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free.
What's in front of you is a life of incredible joy, freedom, and independence.
Want good investing advice from someone you can trust? Listen to Phil Grandy.
With what's going on today in the economy, especially the stock market, it gets really complicated, but it doesn't have to be. My job is to make it simple, to get through the fog. And I think I do that, and I think I do a pretty good job of that, especially why you should be buying a stock, or why you should be in the market or not in the market, or shorting.
Invest wisely with the knowledge of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, listen to this.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, I get so tired of listening to the same garbage every day, listening to the fake business news network telling you why you should buy this stock, why you should buy, and they're always wrong. Join my gang, philsgang.com, free for 10 days. You're going to learn when to buy a stock and when not to buy a stock. Hey, years ago it was different. You could buy a stock based on fundamentals. You could buy a stock based on earnings. You could buy a stock based on PE ratios. Those days are gone. That ended with QE. That ended when they financially engineered the market in 2008. Gone. Now you got to follow the money. And we have the knowledge because we have the chart. Pro 2 color code chart tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell.
For a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Get the truth, get the knowledge, and understand how the market really works. You're not alone. 80% of those in the stock market, just like you, lose money. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Why do they lose? Because they don't know how to short stocks in a down market. That will change once you use my patent Pro 2 color-coded chart. It works. The technology works. And it not only gives you an edge on the upside, But Pro 2 will put a smile on your face on the downside. That's right. Check it out. Free 10-day trial at philsgang.com.
When you listen to the advice of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard. Things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up or why there's continued inflation or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand. Especially yields. The most important thing is to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Hey, good afternoon, gang. It's Steve Celeste here with philsgang.com. Just wanted to tell you how to get engaged with Phil's Gang and how to become part of the Phil's Gang membership or how to try us for 10 days free. Simply go to philsgang.com. That's www.philsgang.com and click on Get Started at the top of the website. Click on the big red banner that says Working Investor 10-day free trial, and that's all you got to do. And hey, while you're at the website, why not stop by our gift shop, see if there's something in there for you or for somebody you know. All right, thanks, and back to you, Phil.
Thank you, Steve. Okay, so here's what's going on. The economy's in real bad shape. The banks are in worse shape than they were in 2008. I mean, common sense tells you that the three banks that went down in March, they did more damage than the combined 25 banks that went down during 2008. People don't even think about that. So the only thing that's holding this market up right now is, again, the banks. The same thing they did in 2008. Propped up the market with QE, the banks. They're doing the same thing, but they won't tell you it's QE. But it is QE. They're starting QE all over again. How do you think the market's going up with a 5.25% Fed rate? Just think about that for a moment. I talked about all last week till I drove myself crazy and you, but think about it. We've never had a market rally in the last 13 years when it was at 5.25. Never. But all of a sudden we have a 23% one. When just recently, the last rally was when we had rates at 0. That's when we went up 114%. And the minute we hit to 2.5%, it dropped 24%. And then they came in again, right? And all of a sudden now more QE, propping the banks up, holding the banks up. And now we're at 5.25, holding the banks up. It's not going to, look, if they're going to continue to do this, and they're going to continue to make believe, okay, then you got to watch the oil. And I've been working with that with my members. Keep watching your oil. Because remember, oil is the economy. We watch every day our oil stocks, every day. And we watch a symbol called USO. And that's a good thing to watch, okay, because it shows what's going on with oil, okay? And you can get a good read on oil. And I told my members, if you go back, and let's just take Conoco. And we bought a little bit of that today, Conoco. And it's going to take time. Now, Conoco dropped from $135, okay, back in $135. That was back in, November of 2022. And today it's at 101. 101. So it's 25%. It was down 30%. So it's up a little for that 30%. and we're getting what I call like an arrowhead formation on my chart, which tells me we have a higher probability it's going to break out, up and out than down. Just like when you have a rectangle, it tells you it's going to break. It has a higher probability your stock is going to go up. You know how a stock goes sideways, 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 looks like a little rectangle, high, low. That tells you that you got a high probability of a breakout reversal to the upside. Same thing, like looks like a little arrowhead, right? Like, for example, you look at Conoco right now. It has a low of March 15th, around $93. Then it has another higher low, okay, in May. Okay, another higher low around 97, and then it has another one above that, and another one above that, and where we are today. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 higher lows. So that's telling me that the institutions are coming in, and they're pretty much finished selling that stock off, unless something occurs, something happens, okay? So if that stock can break above 106, and on my color coded chart stay green, then there could be all these people who sold it short from November 3rd, okay, down to, let's say, March 15th, 2023. Everybody who sold it short, they got to buy their stock back. They have no choice. They have to buy it back to make their profit. So if you sold the stock short, let's say starting in November 2022, okay, and it hit a low March 15, 2023, you may have made $5,000, but you don't collect that $5,000 until you actually have to purchase that stock back. So you got to buy that stock. Think of it as you had an option on it. Now you got to go buy it. And every time the market rallies and then we have a big down day, instead of coming in and taking that low out, it makes another higher low and another higher low. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And it just turned green. So it's telling me that there could be a short covering coming in Conoco. There also could be a short covering coming in the other oil stocks and the refiners. So I told my members we're going to watch these every day. It may be a month, maybe 2 months, maybe 3 months. Those tech stocks, we waited for 3 months. 3 months we watched those stocks every day. Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia. Every day we watched those stocks. And then we finally caught the pattern. And then we made good money on those stocks, okay? We did the same thing with gold, right? Same thing. But you also got to know how to sell short. So when you get in a situation where we got this QE again, and they're not telling you, that's how they're masking this whole QE, so you don't see it. And they're trying to hold their banks up. It's not going to work. These banks are not going to work. And you got to learn how to sell these banks short. You got to learn how to sell them short. The other thing you got to learn how to do is keep watching bellwether stocks. Like for example, we watch every day Winnebago. That's a great stock because we know exactly. You want to put a pulse on a consumer, how he's doing, and if he's going to do well. Don't listen to these guys on CNBC, how strong the consumers are resilient. Now, you want to know if they're resilient? Go take a look at Winnebago and bring it back, Winnebago, and bring it all the way back to let's say 2021, September 2021. Okay? So Winnebago is starting to break down. If Winnebago right now is at 62, if it breaks below 54, which it can, that means this whole market's going to tank. Because, again, that money, the most important money, okay, is after you pay your taxes, you get your paycheck, you pay your taxes, right? Now you got a net check. Now you pay all your bills at home, and then you pay all the necessities, rent and so forth. Whatever's left over, that's discretionary. That's what the powerful money is. That's what drives our economy. That's what drives consumption. That's what drives productivity. How much money do they have, okay, left after paying taxes and their bills and their necessities? That's the important money. Now what's happening is people are now taking that money instead of buying RVs. That's why we watch RV, because that's anybody who buys a Winnebago, an RV, they're always using money. It's what we call after tax money and after all expense money. And so now we're starting to see that money is starting to go down. And we start seeing Winnebago sales are going down. It's down 30%. That means that money is no longer available. What they're doing with that money is they're paying bills. They're paying for gasoline. That's what's going on. They're paying their debt down. They're paying their credit card down. So all that discretionary money is gone. And boy, once that discretionary money is gone, you're screwed. So, but if you know what you're doing, you can make a lot of money. Once you know the discretionary is gone, the spending is gone, then you just short. And then you go look at stocks like Caterpillar or Harley Davidson. These are all bellwethers. And once these start to break, they just keep going. FedEx is another one. Once FedEx breaks, if FedEx breaks to 210, they will fall like a flying crowbar. These are the things you need to learn, and we're here to help you. Go to my site, philsgang.com, sign up for 10 days. It's free for 10 days.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, just listen to Phil Grandy.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. There's many reasons to listen to a radio show, but I think to listen to my show, you get the truth, you get clarity, and you get great information.
No matter what level of investor you are, Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success.
You know what? Most of all, it's fun. philsgang.com. Clarity, good information, and fun.
If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, just listen to Phil Grandy.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. There's many reasons to listen to a radio show, but I think to listen to my show, you get the truth, you get clarity, and you get great information.
No matter what level of investor you are, Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success.
You know what? Most of all, it's fun. philsgang.com. Clarity, good information, and fun.
When you listen to the advice of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard, things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. And I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up or why there's continued inflation or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand. Especially yields. The most important thing to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Want the truth when investing in the stock market? Here's how.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. Listen to my radio show every day because that's where you're going to get the truth. You're not going to get the truth listening to these dopes on Fake Business News Network. The other day, Kramer said, don't listen to the banks. They're giving you wrong information. When he told you to buy Merrill Lynch, remember? And what happened? They went broke.
Get the truth at philsgang.com.
Join my gang, philsgang.com. Get the truth. And also listen to me on my podcast on YouTube and Rumble. That's philsgang.com.
When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grandy has some sound reasons you should join Phil's Gang.
When I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement,
then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Remember now, you can listen to me on our podcast as well as our radio show, YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, Instagram, and Apple. Okay? Just go to my site, philsgang.com, if you want to join the gang, and you get a 10-day free trial. And during that 10 days, you're going to learn more than you learned at Harvard about finance. And the big thing you're going to learn is how to sell short. And also in those 10 days, how the market works. That's the big problem. Most people don't know how the market works. Here's what they'll hear. They'll hear this. Listen to this. Listen to this dope.
I think the market is just starting to look ahead, and the market always looks ahead, right. Not always correctly, of course, but it does always look ahead, and I think it's playing the soft landing card.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Wow, soft landing card. I got cards here. Let me see if I can find one. What's a soft landing card look like, Will? What the hell do they look like? A soft landing card. I ain't got one. You got one? Does anybody got one? I think we dig up J.P. Morgan. He wouldn't have one. Soft landing card. What a bunch of But they get away with it. Because you want to know why? People are lazy. I'm lazy. People are lazy. They don't want to work. When it comes to stocks, they don't want to work. I mean, they go to the supermarket and they'll pick up an apple and squeeze it and touch it and smell it and throw it in the air and catch it and step on it and put it to the side of their head. They'll take a peach, do the same thing. Oh, my God. Or they go shop and look at a shirt. They pull on it and tug it and pull on it. Look at the color. They do more work. But when it comes to stock, they're just listening to some dope like Kramer.
To me, we have the strongest economy perhaps I have ever seen.
Yeah, get good advice from Jim Cramer. That's what you need. His advice is so bad, now now you can trade against him. Unbelievable. Look, QE has killed you, the 401k person. It's killed you. You're not going to have a 401k you'll have a 401k, but you're not going to have any money to retire with. I'm not saying this to scare you, it's the truth. Because 401ks only can do one thing. Buy. Buy. It's all they can do. You can't sell short. So here we're sitting in a market that has a 5.25% interest rate, Fed short-term rate, which is the Fed short-term rate, okay? That's the short-term rate. Remember, the Fed short-term rate, that's the one, that's the big one. That's the one that the price, if you're a small business owner and you've gone from 0 to 5.25, that hurts because that 5.25 is what you borrow money for, like a line of credit, or you borrow money to buy a truck, or you borrow money for your business. Okay, that hurts. That really hurts the economy when that starts going up like that. And it also correlates with the 10-year Treasury yield. Okay, it correlates with the 10-year Treasury yield. Those yields go up, the 10-year Treasury yield will go up. When the Fed goes in and they artificially pull down that 5.25 back to 0, then your 10-year Treasury yield goes down. Then you have an effect, of course, from an auction. The 10-year Treasury, people bid on them. But the idea is that if you just follow the money instead of following the fundamentals are gone forever. They're gone. There's nobody uses fundamentals in buying stock. They won't tell you that. Kramer's not going to tell you. He's not going to ever use a fundamental again. I mean, who would use fundamentals? Why do you need to know what the market cap is? You think Apple, Microsoft, one's 2.5 trillion, the other one's 2.3, whatever. Who cares? What about trailing PE and forward PE? Doesn't matter. Nobody cares what they're paying anymore for a dollar of earnings. People are out there paying $19 for every $1 of earnings. That's insane. They should be paying $10. They don't care. As long as it's a tech stock, as long as it's Microsoft or Apple or NVIDIA, they'll buy it. They don't care. People don't even know what it is. People have no idea what PE ratios are. And they have no idea what free cash flow is, or price to book, or price to sell. All they do is listen to somebody on these stupid programs, and you write down the stock they're talking about, and they buy it. And they wonder why they lose money. Look, the other thing that you got to understand is people now, the big boys, rotate their money. They rotate it from the financials to the banks, to discretionary, to industrials, to energy, to railroads, okay? That's how they always rotate, just like a rotation. So it's a rotation order. Last week, or 2 weeks ago, and I said, Apple. We took our Apple. I said, let's take cash from Apple. Let's take cash from our Meta. And we took cash from Apple, Meta, and Microsoft. We took cash from Microsoft. And I said, let's go buy some some NCLH. We bought some NCLH. Now, NCLH, we had a nice run on NCLH. It went from around $14, and then we took profits somewhere around $19. That's probably about what is that, 14, 19? Well, we had a 35% gain, but we knew it wasn't that we thought people were going to go on a cruise. I didn't have to look up Norwegian Cruise Lines. I didn't have to look up and see what their forward PE ratio was compared to Carnival Cruise. I didn't have to know that. What do I care about that for? I didn't know that. I didn't have to know any of that. And I didn't have to know what their forward PE ratio was or their free cash flow. You used to. You had to. You had to compare it to all the other cruise lines before you picked a stock. No more. And with the technology today, we could make our color-coded chart green to buy and red to sell. Pretty simple. In other words, when it started to go up, when it started to go up from, it was at a low of $12.28, and then it went up. Then it went up to around $13.23, and then it went up to around, I forgot what it was, $14.43. But it was red. It was still going up, but it was red. It's telling us not to get in, because you could get in at $14.43, and next morning you wake up and it's at $10. So the color-coded chart shows you if the institutions are putting money in, are they putting enough money to sustain the rally? Then finally it turned green, where we bought it somewhere around $14. And now it's at $18.56. So again, rotation, you got to know how to rotate. You just can't stay with the same stocks. Like your 401k, you're going to get killed. And I'm going to tell you where the biggest money is yet to be made. Two places. Oil on the way back up, and housing on the way down. New homes. Those stocks are going to totally collapse. What people don't understand, they keep going up every day. What people don't understand, if you're in that business you have so many back orders. It takes so long to build those houses out that the profits, remember, they don't book a profit when they take a contract. No, they got it once they start construction and they start getting their draws, then they can start booking profits as they get their draws. It takes a long time. So while the economy is totally collapsing, with the banks collapsing underneath this economy, here people go look at the builders. They go, oh, look at the builders. I'm going to buy some more builders. And they get it. They have no idea what the hell they're doing. And they're going to get killed. They're going to get killed. But the builders, when they fall, just like they did in 2008, when they fall, they just collapse. So what you do is keep watching XHB. Okay, the high on XHB, okay, is right around $85. Okay, and right now we're at 77. Now you know it's not going to get up to that new high. Just like, for example, if you look at the S&P right now, the S&P, the S&P is not going to make that, not get back up to that old high. It's not going to happen. Keep watching your volume. It's not going to happen. So the high on the S&P, if we go back to, let's say, December of 2021, the high on the S&P was somewhere around $478. We're at $431. It's not going to get back to that high because people don't understand. The only reason where the stock is now, it's the only reason where it is. And by the way, we're no further than we were 2 years ago. We're right the same place we were 2 years ago. But you can't get that into people's head. You can't get them to understand that. That's right. If you're in a 401k, you're no different than you were 2 years ago. Can you imagine? And wait till the market crashes. But if you know what you're doing, and if you just Know what you're doing. Know when to buy, when to sell. When to sell short. When to sell short. If you just understand the market a little bit and just stay, there's 11 sectors in the market. Just pick out 3 sectors, the most popular sectors. Just stay with those 3 sectors, 2 stocks in each sector. Just follow them and nothing else. And you'll make a lot of money in the market. But you got to be disciplined to do that. But no, every time somebody hears a hot tip, they go crazy and they run and buy it. That's it. You don't make money that way. Join my gang. Go to philsgang.com. Click where it says get started. 10 days free. And you'll have fun at it. And you'll get introduced to my color-coded buy and sell chart.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.